Happy Labor Day, everyone. For those of you out there that don't know why we celebrate Labor Day, I wanted to put this video together to share with all of you. I'm going to let the video speak for itself, so let's dive right in.
How's this for a strange idea? A day off from work in honor of work itself. Actually, that is what Labor Day, celebrated in the United States and Canada on the first Monday of every September, is all about. The first American Labor Day was celebrated in New York City on September 5, 1882, as thousands of workers and their families came to Union Square for a day in the park. It was not a national holiday, but had been organized by a union to honor workers and their hard efforts with a rare day of rest, halfway between July 4th and Thanksgiving. There were picnics and a parade, but there were also protests. The workers had gathered not just to rest and celebrate, but to demand fair wages, the end of child labor, and the right to organize into unions. During the period known as the Industrial Revolution, many jobs were difficult, dirty, and dangerous. People worked for 12 hours, 6 days a week, without fringe benefits such as vacations, health care, and pensions. And if you were young, chances are you were doing manual labor instead of your ABCs and fractions. Children as young as 10 worked in some of the most hazardous places like coal mines or factories filled with boiling vats or dangerous machines. Trying to win better pay, shorter hours, and safer conditions, workers had begun to form labor unions in America and Canada. But the companies they worked for often fought hard to keep unions out and to suppress strikes. At times, this led to violent battles between workers and business owners, with the owners often backed up by the police or even the military. In the following years, the idea of Labor Day caught on in America, with official celebrations reaching 30 states. But then came the violent Haymarket Square riot of 1886, which led to the deaths of several policemen and workers in Chicago and the execution of 4 union leaders. After that, many labor and political groups around the world had begun to mark Haymarket Square on May 1st, which became known as International Workers' Day. In 1894, President Grover Cleveland signed the law making Labor Day a federal holiday in America, only days after he had sent 12,000 soldiers to end a violent railroad strike that resulted in the death of several people. The original September date was kept, partly to avoid the more radical associations of May 1st. Canada also created its Labor Day in 1894. But in spite of this new holiday, it would be a long time before the changes that workers wanted became a reality. In 1938, during the Great Depression that left millions without jobs, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed a law calling for an 8-hour workday, a 5-day work week, and an end to child labor, some of the first federal protections for American workers. As America and Canada celebrate Labor Day, most of the two countries' children enjoy a day off from school. But it is important to remember that there was a time that every day was a Labor Day for children in America and Canada. And unfortunately, the same fact remains true for millions of children around the world today.
Well, I just learned some things today. Every year we have these holidays come around and we celebrate them because of tradition. And our families, our government pushes it on us. Hey, it's this holiday, you have the day off. All that any of us care about is we have the day off. We don't have to go to work. But it's the understanding of why we have the day off that we should appreciate why we have the day off and what things used to be for people back in the day that didn't have a 9-to-5 job. They had a 16, 18-hour work day working Monday through Sunday and no days off. I mean, probably unless you were sick, injured, or dead, you couldn't show up to work. I mean, yeah, I'm being a little dramatic there with the death, but it's good that, you know, the United States and Canada have this. It's good to learn the importance of these holidays to really understand what the meaning behind them are, especially when it comes to other dates that we have here in this country. Memorial Day, Veterans Day. A lot of people in America get these things confused. I have some YouTube video. I seen some YouTube videos where they go out into the street and start questioning, you know, some young teenagers. Hey, why do we celebrate this day? Why do we celebrate this day in America? And about 90% of them are usually wrong and don't even know why they're celebrating it. Oh, I just got the day off, barbecuing and grilling and drinking and doing all these. No, it's not just that. It's the remembrance of it, and those are good things to remember. How do you guys feel about Labor Day? Do you think it's something that should be, you know, kind of pushed more for the rest of the world? Because there's countries out there on the other side of the planet that are dealing with child labor still to this day. And I wouldn't be surprised that there's some secret underground child labor unions here in America, but they need to be exposed and get rid of. We don't need to be torturing these young kids. They need to live their youth and enjoy the moments of being a kid and a teen, and then be prepared to become an adult and be responsible. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. And enjoy this Labor Day. Stay safe and peace out, y'all.